So check it out. Here's our brand new 2019 Mustang GT. We've actually had this for a couple months. I've been trying to do something kind of special with the car. Couldn't come up with anything real special. So we're just going to finally introduce it to the channel here. It's Orange Fury. We had this custom color in mind here. It's like the optioned out color. There's Ruby Red and then Orange Fury. This is one of the higher tier colors, but it just looks super sweet. We bought it brand new. Right now, even after driving it for most of the summer, it's only got about 215 miles on the car. It has the 5-liter engine in it, obviously. It's got 10R80/A10 transmission, whatever you want to call it. It's got the wheel upgrade. Blacked out 18-inch wheels. They're wrapped in Pirelli tires. Interior wise, we got the very nice cloth seats with the Mustang logos on it. The car is completely bone stock right now. This is the first S550 car that we've had, but so far, even though I've put very few miles on it, the car's been really awesome. If you take a look around the back, Ford did a couple other changes. They got the quad exhaust tips on it for the 2019 model year here. Got the independent rear suspension from the factory. So let's take it for a quick spin. So these newer S550 Mustangs don't actually have a key. They have just kind of like this remote start. As long as the key's in proximity, it's got a push button engine start there. It's pretty cool. This car does have the track apps on the dash. Might be kind of hard for you to see from the picture, but the gauges are real nice. If you go into this gauge mode here, you can read air fuel ratio, head temperature, which is essentially your water temperature, inlet air temperature. Some of this other stuff is going to be more specific, like to the automatic. You got transmission oil temp, voltage, all sorts of great things. We're just going to take it for a real quick spin. This is not my daily car, in case you guys are wondering how is this as a daily car. Can't really tell you, but from what we do use it, it's been really sweet. We're still in the break-in period of, I'm considering 500 miles for break-in. We're about halfway there, so still haven't really even gotten on it quite a bit. Let's take it for a real quick spin here together. Now, the orange paint on this car, they call it Orange Fury, but I'm not used to being inside a car that has such a bright color on it. So when I look out over the hood and I see the side mirrors and stuff, and even the reflection in the mirrors, it's just crazy seeing this bright orange color. The other cars that we own are like white, gray, typically. They're just kind of bland. Not that they look bad, but this is just super vibrant, which is why we selected this color in the first place. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. As far as my personal friends, it's been like 50-50. Most of them say that they like it. Some of them say that they don't like it. Let me know what you think. Some of the other cool features about these newer Mustangs are the fact that they've got the paddle shifters if you've selected the automatic transmission like I did. The paddle shifters you can use to upshift and downshift through your 10 gears. There is a little bit of delay with those. I haven't really fiddled around with them quite a whole lot. Just to tell you how few miles I've put on this car so far. We're still on the first tank of gas put in it by Ford. Now, this is the first Mustang that I've owned with independent rear suspension. I never jumped on board with the IRS cars back when the Cobras were being manufactured in the early 2000s. They had some IRS. Seems like Ford has situated the independent rear suspension a little bit better now that they're into the S550 platform. I didn't think it was going to be as big of a deal as it is, but it feels amazing compared to the solid axle rear Mustangs that I used to own and still do own. In case anybody's going to ask what happened to the gray car, the 2014 Mustang with the supercharger, we still have it. It didn't go anywhere. Don't worry, you'll be seeing some more of that. As far as factory handling, one car versus the other, it's no contest. This car dominates that one for handling, and just as far as like a nice, smooth, comfortable ride is concerned, this is where it's at. It's not quite an apples to apples comparison though. The other car has fully built suspension in it, so it's gonna feel a bit different. This car certainly runs through the gears pretty quick. You'll be up in 7th or 8th gear before you even know it. Fuel economy seems to be pretty good. I think we're getting something like in the 20s on it. Not that that's really a concern when you're buying a Mustang. I don't think most of you guys are going to be buying a Mustang for its excellent fuel economy. But in case you were wondering, it does seem to get pretty decent mileage. Back seat is pretty nice. It kind of matches the concept of the front seats. It's 2 rear buckets. Our son is actually over 6 foot tall, and whenever he sits in the back, he can't stand it. He almost prefers not to go in the Mustang. If his mother and I are in the car, he'll pick her SUV or my truck before the Mustang. These kids nowadays. So if you have a tall family, put them in the back is going to be a little tight, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But we just took a quick loop around our block here. We kind of live in a rural area, as you can tell. So what we consider to be a block is actually a couple miles drive. But the car is very tame. It's not overly aggressive as far as exhaust note is concerned. As far as that factory exhaust note, it is going to give you kind of a nice rumble. If you're going to ask, is this the active exhaust system? No, it is not. It's not Magnerite suspension either. It's kind of, I don't want to say necessarily like a base model, but I didn't opt for some of that stuff because the plan is down the road we are going to be changing some of those things out, and I didn't want to spend the money on the options only to undo them. And this is the automatic. I highly recommend it, mainly because we got the automatic with the intended purpose of doing some drag racing down the road with this. Also, I do have a stick shift Mustang sitting in the garage. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Again, it's not necessarily a daily driver, but I do have a couple of opinions formed, and they're all positive so far on the car. Anyways, thanks for checking it out, and hope to hear from you soon.